Hi everyone, my name is Miss Pam and I'm from Building Blocks Child Development Center here in Spencer, West Virginia, and I have a book and a project to do with you today. Our book is called The Rain Came Down. By David Shannon. One Saturday morning, the rain came down. It made the chickens squawk. The cat yelled at the chickens and the dog barked at the cat. And still, the rain came down. The man yelled at the dog and woke up the baby. "Stop all that yelling," shouted the man's wife. And the dog barked louder. And still, the rain came down. A policeman heard the noise and stopped to see what was wrong. His car was blocking traffic, and half a block away, a woman squirmed in the back of a taxi. "Hurry up or I'll miss my plane," she told the taxi driver, so he started honking his horn. The truck driver in front of him got mad and started honking back. "I have tomatoes to deliver," he shouted. The ice cream man heard the honking and turned up the music on his van. Jingle-a-jingle went the music, slap-a-da-slap went the windshield wipers, and still the rain came down. The owner of the beauty parlor came out to see what all the fuss was about. She bumped into the barber coming out of his barber shop, and they began to argue. Up on his ladder, the painter grumbled, "I can't paint in the rain." And he started to climb down and bonked the barber in the head with his paint can. Now all three of them were arguing. Next, the baker stepped out of his bakery. "My roof is leaking and my cakes are getting wet," he moaned. He opened his umbrella and poked the pizza man in the nose. So they joined in the bickering too. A boy ran by, chasing a small boat down the stream in the gutter. He splashed a little girl, and she began to cry. And still, the rain came down. The grocery man stomped out into the sidewalk and yelled, "Where is that delivery truck? I need my tomatoes." He ran into the lady coming out of the clothing store and knocked her boxes into his fruit stand. Oranges and apples and lemons bounced down the sidewalk. And still, the rain came down. The policeman walked back to his car. "What is all this ruckus about?" he asked, and the whole block was honking and yelling and bickering and barking. And then, what do you think happens? Wonder what it is. What could be going on? There's so much going on already. I mean, these guys over here arguing. He's beeping the horn at him, and she's fussing because she's got to get a plane, and the baby's crying, and the little girl's crying. And what could go on? What could be next? There's apples and oranges and lemons everywhere. Let's see what happens next. The rain stopped. Look, now came a rainbow. And so did the noise. The sun came out, and the air smelled fresh and sweet, and everything shimmered, and rainbows stretched across the rooftops. There. "It's much too nice a day to be arguing," said the baker. "I have cakes to bake." "And I have pizzas to make," said the pizza man. "I could use a shave while my building dries," said the painter to the barber. And then they went inside. The policeman said, "Everything looks A-okay here to me." And he drove off in his car. The woman in the taxi decided she had time to have her hair done before her trip, and she went into the beauty parlor. So the lady with the boxes got into the taxi and went home. The truck driver told the grocer, "I have your tomatoes." "Wonderful," said the grocer, "but first I have to pick up this fruit." The little girl and the boy helped him, so he bought them ice cream cones, and the ice cream man gave them each an extra scoop because it was such a nice day. Then the man, his wife, and their baby had a picnic together in the backyard, while the dog, the cat, and the chickens slept in the warm afternoon sun. The end. I like that book. Everybody was all fussy. Everybody was fussing and arguing, and that word they call bickering, that word bickering is kind of like fussing and arguing. It's just a big word. And everybody was so upset. And then the rain stopped. And then turned out to be such a beautiful day, and everyone was happy. And it worked out really, really good for them, didn't it? So, if it's raining, you just kind of got to wait a little while. The sun will come out. I promise. The rain will stop, and the sun will come out, and we'll have another beautiful day. Let's make some rain. Not the kind that falls outside. We don't need that. We don't need anything that goes outside and makes rain. How about let's just make rain on a piece of paper? Okay? I'm going to move this over here. So what I have is, I have some stuff to make some rain. Does it look like we're going to make it rain? I don't know. We got a marker and some scissors and my pencil, some glue, some white paper, some light blue paper, an R for rain, and a piece of dark blue paper. Now, this R, you have some of these at your house? This R is from the mats that you have on the floor, the little spongy ones. Well, you know what they're good for? Tracing letters. So we're going to take our pencil, and we're going to hold our pencil with our thumb on the bottom and our finger pinching on top. Ew. And pull our fingers back. Our pencil's laying down in here, and that way that gives us something to hold on to. And then we're going to trace around the inside of our R, and then we're going to trace around the outside of our R with our pencil. Now, the reason I did it with my pencil first is because I don't want to get marker on my R. So now we have our R, and it's kind of hard to see. So I'm going to take my blue marker, or my black marker, and I'm going to trace around my lines. I'll go back this way a little bit because I can see my line. Okay, so we're going to trace around our line. And this is good practice. This is good hand-eye coordination practice. It makes your hands and your eyes work together to get something done. And then we're going to make the middle of our R. It kind of looks like the letter D, doesn't it? Yeah, and there we got an R. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to color in the middle of this R for a reason. That's another R word, a reason. A reason is so you can actually see the R shape when we get done with our project. So I'm going to color in my R. Now see, I got my marker. I'm pinching my marker just like I did my pencil. We're going to color in our inside of our R. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm going to do it so it makes it easier for you to see what we are going to do next. Okay. There we go. Now we got it all colored in. And now we are going to make some clouds. So I have some index cards. Now you can use white paper. You can use whatever you want. I was going to use cotton balls, but you know what I did? Forgot my cotton balls at home. So sometimes you have to do with what you have. So I have some white index cards. So I'm going to fold my index card in half. Okay, and then I'm going to use my scissors. My thumb goes in the little hole, and my fingers go in the big hole. Now you have little fingers. You can probably get 3 fingers in that little hole, or that big hole. I cannot. So I'm just going to use 2. All right, and then I'm going to cut. And I'm going to cut a cloud. And it's just going to be a little white fluffy cloud. And you can make it any way you want. I'm going to make mine with lots of bumps in it. There we go. There's my two little clouds. And I got two because, ta-da! I doubled my paper. So I'm going to glue those onto my R. Let's put one right there. And let's put one right here. And put one down there. And there's my clouds for my rain. Now I've got a piece of light blue paper. Now I've got it doubled. Okay, so we're going to count by twos. And then every time I cut one raindrop, it's going to be 1, 2 raindrops. I'll show you. Okay, you ready? Got my paper, and I'm going to cut a raindrop. I'm going to go around with my scissors until I cut my raindrop. All right, you ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. How many raindrops do you think we should have? Let's have 6. Okay, so we got 1, 2. Let's cut another one. All right, let's see if I got 2 again. I did. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I need 2 more raindrops. So again, thumb in the little hole, fingers in the big hole, around we go. And we're turning our paper. We don't really turn our scissors. Our scissors pretty much stay in one spot. We turn the paper. Okay? So, are you ready? 2. It's like a magic trick, isn't it? Alright, and there is just some raindrops for our R. So, we're going to put some glue on them. Now, we're going to put the glue on the back of our raindrop. And then we're going to turn it over and stick it on our R. Okay? We're not going to put glue all over our paper. We're going to put glue on the back of our raindrop. And then we're going to turn it over and stick it down. Okay? Oop, I about did it. You know why we don't want to do that? If we put glue all over our paper, then it just makes a sticky mess. So we're going to put glue on the back of our raindrop and glue it to our paper. On the back of your raindrop. Now these raindrops don't have any numbers or letters or anything on them. You could make your name, put different letters on it. Glue on the back of your raindrop and turn it over. How many raindrops are you going to make on your R? Well, do you think you're going to make more raindrops than 6? Let me make sure I got 6. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I even have room for some more if I want to. There is rain. Rain comes from the clouds. Now, your clouds that you have up here, the rain and snow come out of the clouds, and they're little teeny tiny pieces of water, and when they get big enough and they all stick together, it comes out as a raindrop. So there you go. You have a raindrop. And you could take that and put it on your refrigerator because you did a letter R. All right. So there was our lesson for today. That's your mat, the little things that you might have in your playroom or in your toy box somewhere. You can use them. They're really, really fun to use all kinds of good stuff. You can trace them. You can make your name. You can take all your letters out and spell your name. And you can have all kinds of fun with them. So that's it for me. I hope you have fun. I hope you learned something along the way. See you later. Bye.